Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Han Solo Star Wars movie completely void of any character resembling Han Solo. I don't know what it is, but for some reason this makes me think about Luke in The Last Jedi. At least with Solo, it's a different actor, so I expected a different feel. But Luke was still played by Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. Now, I can't be the only one, and I know I'm not the only one, who's afraid of what Disney is doing with established characters. So far, I think they're doing a very poor job. When I first saw The Force Awakens, I was confused by its ending. Why do you need to find Luke in the first place? Why did Luke Skywalker abandon his family? At the time, I came up with two possibilities. One, Luke has amnesia. Two, Luke has been tortured 1984 style, and due to this torture, he has lost his personality. The problem with The Last Jedi is that it disproves any theories I had about Luke. Luke was sound of mind, he didn't have amnesia, he wasn't tortured. So during The Last Jedi, while I was watching this film, now I'm thinking, well, what's this catastrophic event that happens that causes Luke Skywalker to run away and hide? But there wasn't one. Leia, Chewbacca, 3PO, R2, Han, at least at the time that Luke left, and Ben Solo were still alive. More importantly, they were all in need of Luke's help. You see, Luke has core personality traits: loyalty, selflessness, and finally hope. These are Luke's hardwired, dominant personality traits. They cannot be removed. I think most people assume Luke's dominant trait is hope, but it's actually loyalty. Luke hopes to go to the Katashi station. He hopes to leave Tatooine and join the rebellion. But he doesn't do these things. Luke is loyal to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Uncle Owen tells Luke to clean the droids, and guess what happens? Luke cleans the droids. Uncle Owen tells Luke to stay on for one more season, and Luke resigns himself to staying on. Even though one more season can turn into one more season the next year and the year after that. Luke's loyalty really shows when Obi-Wan tries to get Luke to go with them. Why wouldn't Luke? He wants to get away, to fight with the rebellion. Obi-Wan is handing Luke his dream on a silver platter, but Luke denies him. Luke is loyal to his aunt and uncle, and that comes first. It isn't until Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru turn up dead, burning charcoal corpses, that Luke turns his loyalty to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, the man needed for the rebellion, the man who was friends with his father. Luke's new family is Obi-Wan and the rebellion. Even at the end of A New Hope, in the trenches of the Death Star, Luke inexplicably turns off his targeting system for no reason other than old Ben told him to rely on his feelings. Even in death, Luke is loyal to Obi-Wan. Now we come to The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke blindly follows Ben's ghost's words to the planet Dagobah. Luke wants to be a Jedi, but he doesn't finish his training because his friends are in trouble. Loyal Luke goes on a suicide mission to help Han and Leia. Luke finds out Vader is his father, and then in Return of the Jedi, Luke learns that Leia is his sister. Guess what Luke does next? He loyally finds his father and tries to turn him to the light side. Luke selfishly allows himself to be taken prisoner with no intention of ever fighting back. It's only after Vader threatens to turn Leia to the dark side that Luke attacks. Leia is higher on Luke's pyramid of loyalty than Vader is. But Vader is higher on the pyramid than Luke himself is. All of who Luke is becomes abundantly clear after he chops Vader's hand off and defies the Emperor. Luke shows loyalty to his family when he refuses to kill Vader. Selflessness when he willingly gives his life for Vader rather than become the Emperor's apprentice. And even while Luke is being electrocuted to death by the Emperor, Luke still hopes that his father will turn to the light. Okay, let's get back to The Last Jedi and where it went wrong with Luke. Luke makes a mistake and draws his lightsaber on a sleeping adolescent, Ben Solo, who is in Luke's care and his family. Ben Solo would be at the very top of Luke's pyramid of loyalty. Luke would never do this. Luke would allow Ben Solo to strike him down rather than betray his own family. Now we have to play a game. Let's say Luke would do this. He wouldn't, but let's say he would. Luke thinks about killing Ben Solo. Ben goes to the dark side and kills all of Luke's students. Even if played out like the movie said it did, Luke still wouldn't abandon everyone. Luke is no stranger to death. Luke loses Obi-Wan, Yoda, Vader. Han gets frozen in carbonite. Biggs, numerous allies in arms. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, who were burned to death. After all of this loss, how long does it take Luke to mourn the deceased? I'd say it never takes him more than 5 movie minutes before he finds a new person to place atop his loyalty pyramid. Ben Solo turning dark would be a motivating force for Luke. Luke would stop at nothing to help Ben. You can't just make up personality traits for an established character. Luke already had his personality, his motivations, fears, hopes, and dreams. You can't give Luke motivations that go against his core values, against who Luke is as a character. Luke does not run or hide or become depressed or lose hope or turn his back on family. Name one single moment where Luke acts anything even remotely similar to how Luke is in The Last Jedi. How about when Luke loses R2-D2 after removing his locator? So Luke just gives up. And when his aunt and uncle die, Luke becomes a hermit for a couple years. Remember when Obi-Wan died and Luke shot himself? Or when Biggs died, so Luke said, "Forget this, I'm going home," and flew away? Luke failed in the Dagobah cave, so Luke quit trying to be a Jedi. It's too hard. I don't want to be a Jedi anymore. I don't feel like it. Finds out Vader is his father, so Luke cuts his own hand off. When you start putting things this way, I guess anyone could understand why Luke would become a hermit, abandon his family, take no responsibility for his actions, and throw his lightsaber over his shoulder. Only Luke never really did any of that stuff. Not even if The Last Jedi says that he did.